That is nasty. Brown, powdery sludge. It was all inside the tank. Nope, I'm not the Dan Band, but I'm the lawnmower lady, and I like fixing small engines. One of my neighbors bring me his leaf blower in, and he said he used whatever that, I don't know, $15, $20 per liter mix stuff that he buys at like Lowe's or Home Depot. And when I looked inside the tank for him, it was almost like there was like a red powdery mixture stuck to everything in there. So I told him, I said I'd take a look at it and show you what I found. It's very interesting. Relatively new Hitachi blower. It's a nice little blower. Customer complained of it, couldn't get it started, and I drained out the fuel and I flushed it a couple of times with fresh gas. And I apologize for parts of this video. The format was twisted. So this is some of this fancy $12 for a liter of this pre-mixed fuel after sitting for a year. I have no idea. There's a layer of something, some bubbles of something. I don't know if that's water or what. So this is after one flush of just straight gasoline in the tank. I pumped it through the carburetor a couple of times to see if that would help clear it up. Still has a lot of water in it. So this is fresh gas flush number 2, or plain gasoline, pardon me. There's still a bit of water separation, as you can see in there. And I think I'm going to reverse flush the fuel filter because I don't have an appropriate one to replace it with, see if I can't get more of that gunk out of there. This is not a wool filter, so I think it will do just fine by reverse flushing it. We'll see how that goes. So this is what the fuel filter looks like after flushing it twice with straight gas. Still some staining of whatever this orange stuff is. I'll keep flushing, see if I can clear that out. Pump it several times, get it working through there, and I will drain this out and see if there's any more water in there, but I think we're going to be all right. And there's still a little bit of that orange color over there. Hopefully I can get all that cleaned out. So this is one of those Echo type with the little fuel grommet in there, and I'm going to remove the pickup and flush that in the opposite direction with a pump. Sometimes they're a little difficult to get off, just have to twist and very carefully pull off the fuel line. And I'll put some pump action on there and try to pump out the impurities that are still in and on the filter. I'm going to be using my homemade carburetor pressure tester to push air the opposite way through there. Just going to remove the hose adapter that I have that fits on there, and I'm going to attach that directly to the fuel intake line. I'm on the pressure side, and I'm going to pump and see what happens here. I would say that I'm getting the majority of those impurities out of there, flushing with air, and this might be all right. I can also pressure test the carburetor by reattaching my connection hose to the fuel inlet of the carburetor and see if it holds pressure. All right, this is a two-handed job. Definitely a two-handed job, and I'm going to use my pressure tester and pump gently till I get to about 7 pounds. I assume this is not a rotary, and as you can see, it holds 7 pounds of pressure. It's not leaking. And the second part of that pressure test is to punch on the purge valve, and we should see that pressure go down and hold. So I'm going to press it once, right? Pressure went down and it holds. Pressure down and holds. Pressure down and holds. Pressure down and holds. I think this carburetor is probably good. 3 times flushing with straight gas. I don't think there's any more water in there. I'll keep pumping the balance of it out. Get it out of the carb. And we should be good to go. Wow, so there it is. That's what came out of the tank. I don't know if you can see that. Very, very unusual. And this is after the third flush with straight gas. No water or no nothing in there. So I think it worked out pretty well. So this is what that sludge, powdery, whatever stuff looked like. I poured it out into my bad gas can, and this is sort of what was left, but that's an example of what was in there. It looked pretty bad. Maybe that crazy mixed gas stuff is really not so good to leave in over the winter. Who knows? But anyway, if you like these videos, push the like button, subscribe, and I can try to get more of these for you. Thanks again for watching. I'm the Lawnmower Lady, and as I like to say, mow happy. Thanks again.